Combating of Corrupt Activities Act. And now reading through the SIU report, it's quite clear that that is, as a matter of fact, the act that must be applied. It is an act that was put on the statute books to deal with the type of grand-scale corruption that this report now reveals, in our opinion. And from our side, it's critically important that with speed and precision, the SIU must now hand over the information, the evidence it sourced to the NPA. The NPA has both the investigative directorate headed by Hermien Cronje, which was set up, even though temporarily, to deal with corruption related cases in South Africa. And we need, as South Africans now, to see prosecution in terms of that act. The PFMA also makes it quite clear in terms of the officials that if you willfully or in a grossly negligent way award contracts and tenders, you should be held criminally liable. And as I think as the DA, we must say to South Africans today, we angry with you with the fact that during this pandemic, when many South Africans struggle to put food on the table, this scheme actually was intensified. A scheme that if you look at the SIU report, originated earlier than the pandemic, but the pandemic actually was seen quite clearly as an opportunity to siphon off additional funds from the public purse in a manner that must really sicken us all. So from our side, we will, in our oversight of both the SIU and the NPA, insist that the type of typical delays caused by the fact that the NPA says whatever we receive from the SIU must be reinvestigated, that must be done with absolute priority, and that nobody must escape accountability that is implicated in this SIU report. It is now of a critical importance that the NPA and the SAPs give effect to the fight against corruption to which everybody who wants to see South Africa succeed is committed to. And from the DA's side, we want to say that there should be, and we will not allow any hiding place for anybody now, be it a politician who will, in typical political fashion, of course, say that I want to hide behind the typical type of plausible deniability, which was unfortunately built into the Public Finance Management Act. We say no longer. The Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act makes it quite clear that the legislature, in a time when it obviously didn't believe that senior politicians of the governing party could be involved in this type of activity, that act, and specifically Section 12 of that act, finds perfect application if the allegations made and the findings made in the SIU report ultimately is to be sustained in court. And from our side, we stand with the South Africans who now want justice and even revenge against those who ate public money in a time when South Africans needed assistance. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Vanna. Marshally, if you can assist with facilitating some question and answers that may come up from the chat box. But colleagues of the media, if you would like to ask any questions, please can you raise your hand or alternatively put it down on the chat box.
There aren't any questions in the chat function at this point.
All right, shall we give it a minute or two? All right, colleagues, it doesn't...
All right, let's come out of that media briefing by the Democratic Alliance, which says it notes the release of the SIU report, into the Digital Vibes contract. And again, we invite you to take part in the topic of the day by calling us or sending us voice notes or videos to 084-813-3465. The question, as President Cyril Ramaphosa earlier authorized the release of the SIU's investigation report into the Digital Vibes matter, what are your thoughts? Let's take a look at some too.